Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the science class. Today we shall begin with a new chapter, chapter 15, light. We have studied about light in class 6 as well as in class 7. Let us just revise what we have studied and then we will go ahead with the chapter. Light is a form of energy. We are able to see the things because either light is emitted from them, either they are luminous objects like it may be a lamp, it may be tube light or any luminous object which emits light, or if the light enters our eyes after reflection. Like for example, I am able to see the board because light is reflected from the board. Light falls from the source on the board, it is reflected back to my eyes and I am able to perceive the object. So light is a form of energy which gives us the sensation of vision, that enables us to see the things around us, because of which we are able to see the things around us. In class 6, we have studied some properties of light. Number 1, that was light does not require any medium to travel. It can travel without any medium also and it can travel in the medium also. That is why light can travel through the vacuum and reach us. The sunlight can travel through the vacuum and reach us. It can travel through liquids, it can travel through gases and through transparent solids. We have studied about transparent, translucent and opaque objects in class 6. Right? Then light travels in straight line. Light from a source always travels in a straight line. If it is obstructed by any object, then either it is reflected or it is bent. Right? So it travels in a straight line. That we have proved with the help of formation of shadows through the activity of pinhole camera, etc. in the class 6. So most important property of light is light travels in a straight line. Then in class 7th we have studied about reflection. It's a very important phenomena related to light. Reflection means when light falls on an object and it is bounced back. So bouncing back of light is called reflection. Amount of reflection differs from object to object. Then speed of light. Speed of light in vacuum, it is 3 lakh kilometers per second or 3 into 10 raised to 8 kilometer per second, which is much more than the speed of sound. Then we have studied in class 6 about plane mirror, the mirror which we use at home to look at ourselves when we are getting ready. Then the image formed by the plane mirror, what were the characteristics? How does that image look like? Is it upright or inverted? Is it real or virtual? Real and virtual images also we know, we have already discussed in class 7. Real images are formed by the intersection of the rays, actual meeting of the rays, whereas virtual image is formed by extending the rays. Virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen, whereas real image can be obtained on the screen. So image formed by plane mirror, let us revise the characteristics. Image formed by plane mirror is virtual. It cannot be formed on the screen. It is erect, means it is upright, right? Not inverted, not upside down. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you can see that your head is up and legs are down. That means it is an upright image. Then it is laterally inverted. If I hold a pen in my right hand and stand in front of the mirror, I will see that my image is holding the pen in the left hand. That is left-right reversal. That is called lateral inversion. The left-right reversal of the image. Then the size of the image is same as the size of the object. So these are the important characteristics of image formed by plane mirror. Then in class 7th we have studied about curved mirrors. Curved mirrors and lenses. Right? So curved mirrors again we have of two types, concave and convex. Concave mirrors are curved inwards, whereas convex mirrors are curved outwards, and the image size differs from the object size. We have studied the characteristics and uses of the image formed by concave and convex mirrors as well as the lenses. In class 7, one more important characteristic we have studied, that is dispersion of light, that we are going to study again. Dispersion means splitting of white light into its constituent colors. White light is made up of 7 colors. When it passes through a prism or a drop of water or any transparent object in a oblique manner, when it passes through it, it gets dispersed. When you have a prism, suppose, and if a ray of light enters obliquely, it gets splitted into its constituent 7 colors, right? And those 7 colors are designated by the Vibgyor: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. The same is responsible for the formation of the rainbow also, because rainbow is formed just after the rains. When the sun comes out, there are droplets of water suspended in the air. When the water droplets are suspended in the air and light passes through them, sunlight passes through them, it splits into 7 colors and gives you a spectacle of the beautiful rainbow. That is splitting of white light into its constituent colors. Then in class 8 we are going to study about one more important phenomena, that is refraction. Refraction is bending of light when it changes the medium. When light enters from air to water, suppose, or from water to air, or from air to glass, then it bends a little. So that is called refraction of light. But that we are going to study later. Today I am going to discuss with you the phenomenon of reflection and laws of reflection. Reflection, as I have already told you, is bouncing back of light from a surface. Let us see how this can happen with the help of a mirror and what are the laws which regulate this phenomenon. Now suppose here I am having a mirror. Okay, I have placed a mirror. Suppose this is the shining side of the mirror. Okay, this side is the shining side of the mirror. Then if I take a torch, here I have named a point, suppose it is S. Okay, this is the surface of the mirror, right? And if I take a torch and switch it on, the light falls on the mirror. It gets reflected back from the mirror. You must have observed this many times. If you point the light source towards the mirror, you will see the glare on the other side. That is reflection of light. So suppose this is ray AS. This is called the incident ray, the ray which falls on the mirror, the ray of light which falls on the mirror, that is called incident ray. Okay, and this S is called the point of incidence. This light ray when falls on this point of incidence, it is reflected back, and say this is ray SB. This is called the reflected ray. Reflected ray. Okay. Now for our reference, we are drawing a line perpendicular to this mirror, and we call this as, suppose, SC, and this is called the normal. This is called the normal. Now you can see we get two angles over here. One angle between incident ray and the normal, and another angle between reflected ray and the normal. The angle which is formed between, or which is formed by the incident ray and the normal, is called angle of incidence, say angle I. And the angle which is formed between the reflected ray and the normal is called the angle of reflection, that is angle R. Okay. Now let us try to derive the laws of reflection from this. Now if I measure these two angles, the angle between incident ray and the normal and the angle between reflected ray and the normal, I will find that every time this angle remains the same. Both of them have the same value. Suppose this is 20 degree, this will be also 20 degree. If it is 30 degree, it will, or the other one, that is angle R, also will be 30 degree. So we can say that angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. That is one law of reflection, right? Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So I can write here angle I is equal to angle R. Another thing, now this is a plane surface, the mirror is this side, and all the three rays, the incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray, all are on the same side of the mirror. That means they lie in the same plane. So the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal, all three lie in the same plane. So these are the two laws of reflection. These laws are followed by the light rays as well as by the sound waves. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and incident ray, reflected ray and the normal always lie in the same plane. So children, I hope with this video you must have revised your previous knowledge about light and understood the laws of reflection. Till we meet again, have a nice day, keep learning, take care of yourself. Thank you.